Hey, Mr. Miyagi, boys and girls, guys and gals. It's been a while. It's been a minute since I've been on. Sorry, everybody. I've been kind of really busy for the last 2, 3 weeks. It's been kind of crazy around here, as usual. I want to say, first of all, happy Thanksgiving weekend to the Americans. We had ours in October. You guys have yours a little bit later. We have American relatives in Michigan, and so happy Thanksgiving to them. Yeah, it's been crazy for the last 3 weeks. There's been a few things going on with my dad, so I've been kind of trying to cope with that and deal with that. And you guys know that I hunt, so I harvested my deer about 2.5 weeks ago, and I've been dealing with that as well. So it never ends with me. There's always something going on. With the deer, it's a lot of work. I don't know if you guys know anything about hunting. For me, I like to do everything on my own. So from field to freezer, everything I do single-handedly. So from the field to butchering, which I do every part of the butchering. I do the mounts for the skulls and everything, and then it goes into the freezer. Unfortunately, we ran out of room for the freezer. We actually ended up going out buying a second freezer to fill all the meat. It was quite a big buck that I got. But anyways, enough about the hunting. The segment today is going to be about well, you've guessed it from the cover screen. It's going to be on the new DJI Mic Mini. Guys, I really love this thing, and I think this is a great product that DJI has come up with at a very good price point, and the quality that DJI is known for their audio ecosystem. Just a disclaimer, guys. DJI did not send me the product to test out. I'm not big enough for them to be sending out free products to test out. So unfortunately, maybe I'll get there someday. Maybe I won't. Who knows? I don't do this for money. I do this for fun. So hopefully it can help you guys out. I didn't mind paying for this mic for the main reason that I was kind of looking forward for the launch of this product. One of the biggest reasons was the price. And this is really what I want to kind of showcase. I'm not going to do a full review. I'm not going to get into too details about this. I'm hoping this will be a quick segment with some samples and what I do with it, just to get the point across to you guys, what it can do, what this thing's about, how versatile this thing is, the quality, and most of all, the price that you're paying for this. We all know that the DJI Mic 2 is probably one of the best wireless mics out there. You know, there are other ones out there. There's a Rode brand. They're all good mics. What sets DJI out different is the Bluetooth option on the mic. And I know a lot of you will complain about the Bluetooth not being as good quality, and you're right, it's not. It's just Bluetooth, right? You can only push the limits of Bluetooth so far, and I get it. But it's an option for people who are not audiophiles, who aren't doing it professionally, who doesn't want to mess around with adapters, transmitters, that kind of thing. And a mic they can use for their action camera, whether it's a GoPro, an Ace Pro, or even a phone. So it's a versatile product that you can use across the board, and that's really what sets this differently than the other companies. And for a lot of people, that's attractive. That said, the Bluetooth is not the greatest quality, but don't forget that this mic can also pair up with a DJI camera. And it doesn't really use Bluetooth. It uses actually DJI's wireless protocol. And that's why if you look at the samples that I'm going to be doing later on, I've compared a Bluetooth connected device, the Ace Pro, to a DJI action camera connected wirelessly with their mic. And you can see the difference between the two. The action cameras are so much better in terms of quality and sound volume than it is for the Bluetooth. If you own a DJI camera, that's perfect, because now you can use the mic without having a transmitter, without pulling the battery doors out, without using adapters, and so on and so forth. You can just use the mic and a camera, and away you go. And that's where it really plays a big part for me, because when I'm traveling, the less gear, the better. And I carry a lot of gear already, so I try to kind of condense my bag to as much as I can. So guys, just one thing briefly, it's concerning the Ace Pro 2. I don't have my Ace Pro 2 yet. It's been delayed. I don't know when I'm going to get it. I know there's been some issues with the camera itself, and there were some bad batches. And I think Insta360 is looking after this as best as they can. And they're rolling it out to the people who have faced some issues with those batches. I'm one of the ones that aren't going to get theirs immediately. It's been delayed. So I don't know when I'm going to be getting it, but once I get it in my hands and had time to work with it, I'll put out my review. But guys, there's been tons of reviews out already from content creators who've had this camera since the beginning or before launch. And the reviews look good from what I've seen. Hopefully, I'll have it in my hands soon, and I'll get to do some testing with it and play around with it and do some comparisons, and I'll do my video. I apologize for that, guys. I wish I had it in my hands. I'm watching all these people with the cameras, and I'm sitting there, oh, I wish I had it. But anyways, back to this segment here. The DJI Mic Mini. The big difference between a Mic Mini and a Mic 2 obviously is the price. Okay, there are a lot of features on the Mic 2 that the Mini doesn't have. Now the Mini is not to take over the Mic 2 by any means. I think it's a good compliment. I think the Mic Mini is going to be for people who are budget conscious. People who don't want to spend a lot of money in an audio system, because let's be honest, the Rode Wireless Pro and the DJI 2 are all flagship wireless mic systems, and they come with a price. You know, in Canada here, the Mic 2 wireless combo kit, the full kit, is about $500. And you can get into the Mic Mini combo, same combo kit with the two mics, the transmitter, the accessories, the wires, and everything for about $235. So that's less than half the price in Canada here. And I think that's pretty reasonable. And you can tier down their kits. So that's what the full two mic, one transmit. Not everybody needs two mics. You don't really need. I don't need two mics, right? So I actually opt for the one mic, one transmitter, which set me back $125. A mic with the accessories, two dead cats, the adapter, the cable, the case, a docking station. Everything with a transmitter was $125. That's actually really good, considering that the Mic Mini is also Bluetooth compatible. So you can still pair this Mic Mini to a Bluetooth device, just like you can with the Mic 2. And you can also tier down even more if you don't want all that stuff and you just want a simple, inexpensive mic that's tiny. You can just buy the mic, and it's $80 here in Canada, so very cheap. I think it's probably one of the cheapest mics that you can buy single-handedly. I have it right here. You can see it's just tiny. This thing it's so small. If you took the Mic 2 in one hand, you took the Mic Mini in the other hand, you weigh it, you can actually feel the Mic 2 in your hand. You can barely feel it in the Mic Mini in the other hand. It's almost 100 grams, I think. It's maybe not even 100 grams. It's less than half the weight of the Mic 2. Now, granted that it's smaller, it does sacrifice a few things. The one thing I don't like about this mic is the charging. The Mic 2 has the USB-C port on it, which is great because you can connect the mic to it, and because it has the internal memory, you can download the recording off the mic itself and then just play it there and process it from there. It's also the charging port for the mic. I'm not a big fan of docking stations. DJI, I don't know why you guys did this. You pushed out a portable mic system and then you added a docking station, which is, I know it's tiny, but this thing is getting lost. Like it's so small. I would lose this if I'm traveling. And the bad part about this is that without this, there's no way to charge your Mic Mini. Okay, the Mic Mini requires a proprietary docking charge. It has a 2-pin charge on it. Now that sucks because if I'm traveling, if this breaks or if I lose it, I can't charge my Mic Mini. Whereas a Mic 2, if my USB-C cable breaks, I have an extra one. I just plug in or borrow one. USB cables are everywhere, right? I can charge the mic with a USB-C cable. I think and I hope either aftermarket or DJI, if you're listening, DJI, please do this. Come out with a cable, okay, like the Garmin watches and the Fitbit watches. It's just a cable with a little tab that has the pin output on it, and it's magnetic. It just sticks to the device and charges it. No separate docking station. I hope somebody will come up with that, and I think aftermarket will, because we've seen that with our aftermarket before. That's so much easier. I can carry 2 of those around. I don't have to carry a docking station. They're probably going to be cheaper cables just to buy as a backup if you lose one or break one. So DJI, please come up with a cable instead of a docking station that does the same thing. That's one of the things I don't like about this mic mini. The other thing I really like about this mic mini, and I've mentioned this before in the sample, is that the pairing. For some weird reason, the pairing on the mic mini is so much easier. If you look at the mic mini and the transmitter, it's very basic. There's no display screen. There's no touch screen on it. There's like 2 buttons, 3 LEDs on the transmitter. There's literally 2 buttons on here. It's the power and the pair button, and I think one LED on here as well, and that's it. The mic 2 has like a port. It has like 2 LEDs. It's got 4 buttons. The one thing nice about the mic 2 is that it does have the port. So if you want to put in a lapel mic, you can with this. You cannot do that with the mic mini, but you shouldn't have to, because the mic mini is so small that you can just, like, it isn't like, I've got it magnetically. It doesn't. There's no weight. It doesn't pull down like on the mic 2. It will actually pull down my shirt when it's on here magnetically or clipped on, just because it's so heavy. So it doesn't have the lapel mic option for the mic mini. So that's the other sacrifice that the mic mini made, other than the USB port. There is also no internal memory on the mic mini, whereas the DJI Mic 2 has internal memory, so you can use this independently. You don't need anything else. You can actually record on this, plug it in, download the file, and just do a post sync to your video if you want to, and you'll get that good quality audio from the mic. The pairing, I find the Mic Mini better. It's faster to pair with like the Ace Pro or even its own cameras like the DJI 4. In my sample, I had a tough time pairing the Mic 2 to my DJI Action 4. For some weird reason, it wouldn't pair. I've never had that problem before, but today it just wouldn't pair. So I kind of gave up and just did my thing. And then I did it again, but what I did this time was I paired it up with the Mic Mini, and I paired it up quickly with the Action 4. And then I shut off the Mic Mini, and I tried to repair this again, and it worked right away. So I'm not sure what happened there. Who knows? Probably just a glitch. The Mic Mini also comes with the 2 dead cats, which is neat. Not 1, but 2. You get 2 different color ones, the black and the like. You'll see that in the open box. I'll get into the detail in the open box with that stuff. I won't do it now. Sound quality is actually really good. The sound quality is actually equal to the Mic 2. Some of the reviewers saying that it's actually a little bit better than the Mic 2. The distance, range distance is better. 200 meters on the DJI Mic 2, 400 on the Mini. I don't know how they get 400 on this little tiny thing. Battery, I think, is a bit better on the, just because it's a smaller. It doesn't have as much things going on like this one does. The other thing too, I thought when you connect it to the Action, when you press the button to activate the noise cancellation, it would give me some sort of signal that it's in noise cancellation. Maybe the light flashed or flashes a different color, but it does not. So it's the same as having the Bluetooth. When you press the power button, I'm gonna press it right now and see if it gives me noise canceling. So I'm gonna press it once and see what happens. Yeah, see, that doesn't do anything. So we're now supposedly in noise cancellation mode, hopefully. It doesn't tell you if it's in that mode. It doesn't tell you on the camera as well, which kind of sucks, because you don't know if you're noise canceling or you're not noise canceling. So we just kind of have to guess at it. So that's one thing I don't like about that. Other than that, it's a great mic. I love it. It's tiny, it's small profile, and I can just drop it in my pocket. The Mic 2 does have the noise cancellation feature where when you press it once, it'll actually blink yellow, meaning that it's in noise cancellation mode. So at least the Mic 2 tells you that what mode you're in when you press the button. So that's kind of cool. I wish they did that with this. I wonder if they can do that through firmware. I don't think so. Guys, I'm just heading out. Of course, I've got traffic jam. Awesome. This is gonna take forever. Anyways, I'm gonna switch it to noise cancellation and see if it makes a diff. So I'm gonna switch it on now. And it's just the press of the button. the power button to switch it to activate noise canceling. So let's see how this works. I don't have a lot of noise with the window a little bit. There's cars passing by, so hopefully they'll take care of some of that noise. Man, this is brutal. Why is there traffic jam? Construction, of course. Always construction here. Brutal. So that's something that's annoying because you don't know if you're in noise canceling mode or not. So anyways, not a deal breaker for me. But yeah, the transmitter is actually really cool. And the clip actually clips right into a hot shoe or cold shoe. So it fits, slides in nice and neat. The only control that's on the transmitter is the gain control. And that's it, like a little cap that you can turn. There's no display on it like the Mic 2. There's no touchscreen on it like the Mic 2. The one thing they did really good with the Mic Mini was updating firmware. So if you, when I bought this Mic 2, to update firmware on this, there's only two ways you can do this, which is a pain in the butt. I know why they just didn't do what they did with the Mic Mini. With this one, to update the firmware, there's a firmware update. You have to connect this to a DJI camera, okay, whether it's the Action 4 or the 5 Pro, and then you can do it through there and update the firmware of the mic via the camera, which is really strange. The other way is to plug it in manually and do it the old-fashioned style. You download the bin file, the firmware, you upload it to the memory, internal memory, and then or turn off and then turn on, and it'll update itself. So those are the two ways to do it. So they changed that with the Mic Mini. So the Mic Mini, you can, if you have just a mic, okay, you don't have the transmitter, you can actually connect, and I'll show you a sample of how you can do it. So this is using the DJI Mimo app on my phone to connect to the Mic Mini transmitter as well as the Mic Mini mic itself. They're both connected and synced to each other, paired to each other, and it's connected to my phone via USB-C. When you connect it to the phone and the Mimo app will start up, and it'll detect the transmitter and the mic itself, and it'll come up with this screen, and you can actually go into the settings, and you can adjust all the settings for the transmitter. There's quite a bit of features and settings that you can do in the actual transmitter itself if you have the transmitter. And then you can, if you can see, it shows both the firmware of the transmitter as well as the actual mic itself, if it's connected and paired and on both of them. Once you do that, you can actually update the firmware and then just exit and you're good to go. Now the next one I'm going to show you that if you only have the Mic Mini without the transmitter, you can still connect it to the Mimo app. So you'll see that it's connected via Bluetooth on my Bluetooth setting there. And once it's connected Bluetooth, you start up the Mimo app, and it's going to come up with this window saying to connect to the next window there. It says, see, it detects it. And it's going to ask you if you want to connect to it. Once you connect to it, it's going to open up the settings of the mic itself. So there's not as much settings as the transmitter. There's only, I think, 3 or 4 settings that you can do. But if you go down the bottom, you can actually look at the firmware. And if there's a firmware update for that mic, it will actually tell you there's a firmware update, and you can actually update the firmware via the DJI Mimo app via Bluetooth connected to the mic. So that's pretty cool. You can't do that with the Mic 2, unfortunately. I wish they would change that with the next firmware. And I think they'll probably do that with the Mic 2 eventually. I'm sure it's just a firmware update, right? DJI, if you're listening to this, firmware update this so you can connect this to the Mimo for updates. I think you can do that with the DJI 2 if you have the transmitter only. If you don't have the transmitter, you have to do it the 2 ways that I just told you. Other than that, I can't see anything else with it. The 2 samples, hopefully you guys can find some use out of this. I think it's a great budget-friendly mic that can do a lot, and the quality is there. It's got the DJI audio quality, which everybody raves about and loves. And for the price, you can't lose. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, drop me a line. I don't think there's anything else that I can bring up other than the things I like and I didn't like about this. I'm going to do some more testing with it, and so far this used to be my mic system that I use for the A6300, which is now connected, and I'm doing this video using the DJI Mic Mini. I think the DJI Mic Mini is going to take over the newer. I'm going to retire this guy, maybe give it to my kids or whatever, use it as a... Okay, I'm going to voice over this
unboxing. I'm just gonna fast forward this. One thing I forgot to mention is that I tried to connect the DJI Mic 2 to the Mic Mini transmitter, and it will not pair. It'd be kind of cool if you could do that. Then I can actually use the other mic as a secondary mic. But if DJI is listening to this, if you guys can make compatible and sync up the transmitter, that'd be awesome. Anyways, back to the unboxing here. So DJ has always been good at minimizing their packaging. You'll see on here that the box comes with the case, carrying case, and in the case you have all the wrapped up components of the DJI Mic Mini. So the first thing was the transmitter that came out. You can see it's pretty standard, pretty basic transmitter. There's no screen on it, just LED and buttons and that's pretty much it. And a port for the cable. I'm comparing with the CM28, the newer. The actual transmitter is actually the same size as the mic in the CM28. So it's kind of neat that's pretty small. And that's the adapter you see right now, the USB-C adapter that plugs into the transmitter that you can plug into a phone or plug into an action camera. Now, right now, the Ace Pro does not support direct wireless mic plugins for the transmitters, but the Ace Pro 2 does. I don't know. I don't have the Ace Pro 2, so hey, when I get it, I will definitely test that out. But here's the dead cats. You get two, which is kind of neat. You get one mic, but you get two dead cats. They give you a black one, and they give you a kind of a grayish and black one. And that's the mic right there. That's the Mic Mini. It's absolutely tiny. The dead cat snaps in pretty easily and comes off pretty easily. There's the magnet for the clip. Now the magnet is not as strong as the DJI Mic 2, but it doesn't need to be because the mic just weighs like nothing. The DJI 2 is a little bit heavier, so the DJI 2 magnet is very strong. So it does hold very well for the heavier mic. But anyways, that's the transmitter at the top. Then you have the adapter, USB-C adapter on the left-hand side beside the transmitter. And then you have the Mic Mini below it. And then you have the kind of the sizing chart of the DJI Mic 2 to compare it with. The two dead cats, and then you get the docking station. The docking station is pretty small. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of it. I wish it just came out with a cable that has the contact points instead of a separate docking station. Next package is going to be the two cables. The first cable is going to be the 3.5 millimeter short cable that goes from the transmitter to the camera. And then we have the split cable. At least they made this as one cable. So it's actually one USB cable that splits into two USB-Cs. One goes into the dock and the other one goes into the transmitter. So you can actually charge both items at the same time, which is kind of cool. But like I said, hopefully aftermarket will come out with a cable that doesn't have a docking station. It's just a charging cable for the Mic Mini. But that's it. The pouch is pretty nice. It can carry all that stuff that you see here, and then it can also carry my DJI Mic 2 as well. But we'll move to the next segment. All right, guys, we are testing two mics, Mic Mini and the Mic 2. I've got the Mic Mini connected to the Ace Pro, and I've got the Mic 2 connected to the DJI Action 4. I want to see what the sound is, and these are both, well, the Mic Mini is Bluetooth through Ace Pro, and the DJI Mic 2 is connected directly wirelessly. It's not really Bluetooth, it's their own protocol, so the quality on the Action 4 is going to be better for sure. So let's do this. Just gonna go for a quick ride. It's probably gonna be my last ride of the season because we are getting snow soon. I got two cameras here. All right, hopefully I can get some good video here, guys. Start on both. All right, both running. 2 degrees Celsius. So, head wrap. All right, shut it off.
Alright, the usual spot, guys. I've got my heated vest on. It is cold, it is windy, it's starting to snow a little bit, so it's not going to be a long ride. We're going to go to the usual spot. I've got two mics going here, both with dead cats on. The mic mini, which I just bought, and also the mic 2, which I've already had. Mic 2 is connected to the, it's a little breezy out here, so let's see how this wind muff works. Also got my Gold 3 on my head with a mirror muff too as well. So both of these mics have dead cats on them. Now I wanted to get the mic mini because of the size. It does not have the built-in memory like the mic 2 does, but that's okay because it's so small that it's just easily to just slap on my phone or action camera. And the biggest thing about this mic was the price. Like, it's dirt cheap compared to the mic 2 system, as I mentioned in the open box. So let's see how these both work. I wish I had my Ace Pro 2 to test out, but I do not have the Ace Pro 2 yet. Hopefully soon, we shall see. Until then, I'll have to live with what I got. Anyways, let's do this. Let's get the electric bike going here. Oh, it is cold. Yeah, this wind chill's got to be -2, I'm thinking. All right, I'm going to turn in here. Whew, it's going to be a short ride, guys. All right. So this was my last ride tonight, and I'm like, it's cold out. It was, I think it was 2 degrees Celsius, but with the wind chill, it was, I think, -2, -3. And when I was just starting to ride, it was starting to flurry a little bit, but it didn't kept going. So, and the wind was brutal. The wind was like, if you ever experienced a cold wind, it's sharp. Like, my hands were frozen. I didn't have the proper gloves, and I just had biking gloves, so it wasn't really insulated. So I was kind of freezing, so it was a short ride. But you guys got the gist of it, and it does work with the Ace Pro connected via Bluetooth. The sound is not the best, but it does the job for my use anyways. For you guys, it might be different. Some of you guys will say, oh, that sounds crappy. Well, it's Bluetooth, right? It's honestly, if you want the best sound, the best way to connect it to, if I want to connect it to my Ace Pro, is to get that mic adapter and plug it in through the transmitter, and you got that perfect sound, right? But I don't like things sticking out of my camera. I don't like plugging things in. I don't like removing battery door. I don't put adapters in and stuff like that. I wish I had the Ace Pro 2 because the Ace Pro 2, you can connect the transmitter directly into the USB-C port. You don't need that adapter anymore, and that's really what I liked about the Ace Pro 2, what they improved on that camera, which I don't have. And it would work a lot better, keep the profile a little bit smaller on the camera itself. But if I ever get it, I'll definitely try out the mic mini on it, just using that transmitter plugged in. Yeah, the sound is okay. It's nothing to hum and haw about. Like I said, it's Bluetooth. The volume's really low, and I've got the gains up at the highest in the Ace Pro settings, and it's still kind of low. You can turn it up in post if you want to, but the sound's actually not bad. It's not horrible. It's not great. But the one thing I noticed that when I was riding, it was really windy, so the dead cats really kept that wind noise down. And you'll notice that it's actually pretty clear, my voice coming out, even in Bluetooth, right? You just have to turn it up a little bit. And then you whip over to the Action 4, which is like clear and loud and everything, right? It's me. Anyways, guys, I hope that helped. I hope this wasn't too long. Have a great Thanksgiving, guys. And hopefully we'll see you before Christmas. And I'll have another video up for you guys. Cheers. Have a great one. Respect. Bye.
杨先生。